Thank you all for joining us today. I welcome each and every one of you. HOH turns 20 years in year 2020. For 20 years, we have physically stood in front of you as a thriving non-profit organization, which is truly a testament of your undying love and support. HOH has empowered at least 100,000 disadvantaged children and has impacted a country like India in the area of mentally challenged, mental health and the hearing impaired. Now, if this ignites your curiosity and you want to know more, then just tighten your seatbelts and let us take you on this virtual visual journey, 20 years of HOH, which has one mission, one goal, and that is to empower disadvantaged children to become self-sustaining citizens of tomorrow. We do this by implementing programs focusing on education, vocational training, and most recently, English empowerment. In 20 years, we have partnered with at least 20 projects all over India, including one in Berkeley, California, and have empowered and helped over 100,000 children. You know, 20 years from now, it is so gratifying to see the impact of our programs. HOH is now 20 years old and our children are now young adults. You know, these children have grown up in front of me. Today, these children are empowered, confident, young adults living a professional life of dignity. You know, if you can, for a second, just visualize and imagine what I must be feeling when I see these children. For example, in HOH's project in Delhi. 10 years ago, these children were rolling in sewage, eating garbage. Today, I'm welcomed by confident young adults. Most of them are graduates of our local IT program that we are funding. Hospital. I mean, the list is endless, going into hundreds. And you know, I want to share something with you. The parents of these children, you know, they shunned education. I wanted to make them servants. Today, those same parents are advocates of education, and they have changed the mindset of an entire slum community, which is trickling on to other slum communities. Now, isn't this a phenomenal impact? Okay. So now moving on to the national impact of HOH programs, like in the area of mentally challenged. For that, just walk into any fast food restaurant in Delhi like Haldiram. There you will see a special young adult at the front desk or as a waiter, like my good friend Gaurav from Manovikas. You know, 10 years ago, their only future was to be an agarbatti maker or a candle maker because of the rolling movement of their hands. So what exactly happened? Let me tell you. This is because of the Disability Act 2016, which mandates 1% job reservation for these people, for persons of intellectual disability. Now you must, what is HOH's connection with that? Let me explain that too. In year 2000, HOH partnered with Delhi-based Manovikas, which is a residential and daycare center for mentally challenged children of low-income families. HOH co-created and funded special programs. Those programs became the catalyst in empowering Manovikas to be the mecca for the mentally challenged in India. In 2000, Manovikas was a hole in a wall. Today, it is a prestigious training institution, the home for the first community college and the highly productive ACE Computer Lab that is offering certified skill development courses, which is recognized by CBSE Central Board of Secondary Education and All India Council of Technical Education for the first time in India. Manovikas is the pioneer that made all this happen, and little HOH is the catalyst, the igniter, the facilitator, enabler, whatever name you want to give to us. 2.1% of India's population is mentally challenged. 2,35,000 are residing in Delhi. Manovikas, in partnership with HOH in these 20 years, has empowered over 10,000 special children. Okay, now moving to the national impact of HOH programs in the area of mental health. For that, I just urge you to walk into any orphanage in Delhi or in India and just read the billboard, and it will say registered under the Juvenile Justice Care Act. What does that mean? Well, it means that this orphanage has a mental health program. So what is HOH's role in this? Let me explain that. In year 1999, HOH partnered with Delhi-based Udyan Care and funded the first rudimentary, or maybe a rudimentary mental health program, maybe the first in India. Again, that program became the catalyst. You know what? We are very good in being catalysts. Became the catalyst in empowering Udyan Care to lobby with the Indian government. And 2007, the first major mental health law was enforced, Juvenile Justice Law number 46, that every licensed institution taking care of children in India should have a mental health program in place. In 2014, it became international with inclusion of the SAARC countries. Today, Udyan Care is the mecca for mental health for the destitute, orphaned and disadvantaged millions of children who today are living dignified, professional lives. And again, HOH is the little igniter, the catalyst, facilitator, whatever you want to call us. Then, the third one. What is the national impact of HOH in the area of the hearing impaired? You know, for that, just go to village Sarhali, which is in the outskirts of Amritsar and Punjab, and meet Karampreet. She is deaf and speech impaired, and 15 years ago, her parents, her family and the community abandoned her because they thought she was a curse, a punishment from God. Today, she is the sign language teacher. Now moving on, you must ask me this question. So what has been our impact in the Bay Area? Let me tell you this. Today, HOH has become a movement, an avenue for people to do good. Everybody, anybody can donate their potential and talents. We have been very successful in igniting compassion in our American-born youth through our HOH Youth Chapter, which we founded in year 2010, where age is no bar. So today we have a 10-year-old Amora Singh, founder of Smile Project, who is generating smile videos through fun Skype sessions for the children of Manovikas. You know, during COVID time, this has evolved into Smile City. Now we have many middle schoolers, high schoolers who have joined the Smile movement and are creating 1 or 2 minute smile generating videos, which has now gone beyond Manovikas and is helping over thousands of children, special children of India. And today, a lot of our youth chapter members have become millennials, successful, professional, with a compassionate heart, our future change makers, our future leaders to make this world a better place. So in closing, I urge you all to support HOH. 20 years from now, many of us might not be here, but believe me, HOH is going to be here, creating a mightier, monumental impact the legacy will go on to future generations. Thank you very much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You just witnessed Home of Hope's founder and evangelical officer, Dr. Nilima Sabarwal's personal calling that today is your most favorite, humble, and all-volunteer charity where 100% of your donations go towards the education and betterment of the Home of Hope children and youth. Next, we're going to showcase the trajectory of Home of Hope's 20-year journey and the impact you all have been an integral part of with your generous donations and support. Please donate on HOHINC.org or mail your checks to the address on our website.
My friend's mother, she sent me pictures of this orphanage. And there were 137 orphan kids in that orphanage, and there was an epidemic of gastroenteritis. And then I saw the pictures of the bathrooms. They were unhygienic tin sheds that had caused the gastroenteritis. I asked myself the simple question, why am I so blessed? Why wasn't I born homeless? I just had a humble fundraiser, and you won't believe it. $5,000, they built new bathrooms, but it worked. The entire epidemic of gastroenteritis was wiped away. Now that inspired me. You know, to tell you the truth, I had no intention of starting a non-profit. I thought I'm just going to help this one orphanage. And then people started asking me, we need a tax deduction. Why don't you get a 501c? And to be honest with you, I had no idea what those numbers were and what these words were. Today is perceived as a miracle. It took me a year, but I got the 501c. I really felt that the universe was opening doors for me. And after that, there's been no looking back. I thought this would be a big challenge. Everybody in HOH is a volunteer. How do I keep people inspired? But luckily, it has been kind of easy. You know why? Because HOH is not only an avenue to help disadvantaged children, it's also become an avenue for people to do good and feel good. I really believe in the organic, primal goodness in every person.
Home of Hope partners with 14 stellar, diverse organizations which complement our goals in bringing hope to the most marginalized children.
My day begins and ends with the thoughts of children in my head. Home of Hope has not been only a donor. There has been a lot of hand-holding, capacity building, complete interaction.
All the time, Home of Hope kept on supplying the best of technology and sport. We now aim at all-round development of the children with studies in academics where all the subjects are being taught with the help of sign language.
Home of Hope really stepped in out there, and they funded for our children to go to a program called Jet King. So some of our kids are working in Indira Gandhi Airport. So I like to tell people that if your flight landed safely, it's because somewhere our child was working out there. He kept all the systems running.
Yes, I'm the face of HOH, being the founder, but I have this wonderful team behind the scenes that is at the ground level, working so hard, and I want them to get the recognition that sometimes I feel I don't deserve it.
We at Home of Hope are working closely with our partner projects to ensure that the children whom we serve are not going hungry during this pandemic.
HOH pioneered digitized sign language and also provides outreach education to speech and hearing impaired.
Home of Hope funds computer centers which provide certified courses.
Home of Hope has robust youth chapter developing innovative programs all over US.
Home of Hope partners with Prajwala, who rescue, rehabilitate, and educate victims of human trafficking.
In line with Skill India, Home of Hope funds vocational and skill training courses in many of our projects.
at the end of the day, you feel so joyous because you've been able to perform something which is so purposeful, which is connected to the larger society, to the larger world.
Thank you, Home of Hope, for holding our hands so firmly.
When we see the impact of this selfless, dedicated, committed hard work of the team, and we see that in the success stories of the disadvantaged children, I think that's what keeps us motivated.
Home of Hope's children are now happy, successful, and self-sustaining young adults who are paying it forward many-fold from what they have received.
20 plus years later, HOH has partnered with about 20 projects all over India, including one in Berkeley, California, and today has helped empower at least 100,000 children.
Thank you for helping us provide protection from abuse and exploitation of these children, for giving them care and nurturing them to live happy, healthy lives.
I did not plan HOH. The universe had plans. In fact, I think it's like an addiction. It's an addiction. I am very blessed. I feel very blessed.
Good evening. I'm Neelam Bhavnani, President and Treasurer for Home of Hope. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to our virtual gala. In these unprecedented times that we are all going through, there is a silver lining. It's Home of Hope's 20th year in service, and the 20-year journey has indeed been 2020 for us, the children, and the communities that we have served. We have changed and uplifted the lives of over 100,000 children. Over 80% has been girls and women. We are growing and expanding our efforts in improving the lives of the most forgotten, downtrodden, and the dregs of society. HOH now funds, rescues, and provides security and rehabilitation towards providing job skills to victims of human trafficking. HOH has gone environmentally green. We are instrumental in planting over 10,000 trees and water harvesting. Currently, we campaign to raise funds to provide meals and medical help to migrant workers and their families. We mobilize school education by supplying smartphones and laptops to students in the slums. Our partners made sure that the education remained uninterrupted by going a step further and created online classes and lessons on YouTube. Our hearing and speech impaired program ramped up their outreach efforts to rural villages in Punjab and provided web education, online individualized teaching and grading systems for the students. HOH has been the pillar of strength for our programs by funding them 100% this year. We could achieve this because of your long-term allegiance and strong support. This year has been a challenge for all of us. We work harder to survive and make sure all our hard work of the past 20 years succeeds and thrives. Our children are a living proof of this. We have lived and reveled in their success and struggles. Many of them have made it to top universities, and some are here in the Silicon Valley. Home is where the heart is. Please continue to support with your heartfelt wishes to us as you always have. And I request you to donate a little extra this year. It exponentially goes a lot longer for the needy in times of extreme crisis. Home of Hope continues to strive to make a difference in the lives of the underprivileged, the handicapped, and the environment for the next generations, and hope we all can collectively resolve the economic and societal inequalities. My personal desire is to see that no child is hungry, uneducated, homeless, or alone.
Good evening, friends. My name is Shabana Azmi. I'm a film and theatre actress from India. I also head an NGO called Mijwa Welfare Society, which works for the empowerment of women and the girl child in rural India. It has been my absolute pleasure to have partnered with Home of Hope for several years now. Mijwa's has been a success story, and in large measure, it is due to the timely support that we have received from HOH every now and then. I would particularly like to thank Neeti Sandhu and her young son, Gurbaz, who have pulled out all the stops in giving us everything that we need at the right time. Thank you, HOH, and all the best in your wonderful journey.
A special thank you to our board member Rajesh Ralan, who has also been our former president. This amazing soul has been with HOH from the start. He has independently, by himself, handled our website. And today, after 20 years, this talented human being has painted 20 pictures, 20 paintings, which he is donating to HOH. He has put in his love, his sweat. I mean, I can't even imagine the number of hours, and he's done it with love. I hope all of you can connect to his paintings and donate whatever you want. These paintings have a spiritual significance, believe me. It has come from a place of deep, profound, divine love. Thank you, dear Rajesh. Thank you very much.
Being involved with Home of Hope for almost 20 years has given me more than I ever thought of. Those children whom we served as a call of duty seem to be our own now. The most gratifying feeling is to see them grow and prosper and move towards fulfilling their own dreams. Just a little support and they are ready to fly. In the difficult times of pandemic, when the needs are more, the support has been harder. Home of Hope has been blessed with many sticky heart donors who are committed to support no matter what. This is the true time for gratitude. Here are some of my paintings which I have painted for our supporters. They are available against a small donation. Please support the children. Your small donation could be life-changing for someone.
It has been a wonderful collaboration to work with Bhumi and the dynamic HOH India team. Our efforts to improve the technical infrastructure and educational content and curriculum will build confidence and a higher level of skill in the kids. Sehit Singh and Keshav Khanna of our youth chapter run Zoom sessions for the younger and older kids weekly to improve English and public speaking. The notable difference in the past few months is extremely encouraging and speaks to the efforts of Shivam and the kids at Abhyudaya Ashram. We look forward to working on different aspects of education to help them achieve their dreams.
Today I'm going to tell you about my journey with the Home of Hope. I was introduced to Dr. Nilima Sabharwal 2 years ago through a common friend. Salim Bhai told me that I must meet Nilima because we have a lot of things in common. Primarily, I love to serve humanity. I started Googling her and I learned about her good work that she's been doing through her non-profit charity called Home of Hope. And I was amazed that this California-based charity has empowered at least 100,000 disadvantaged children through education and vocational training programs. HOH has partnered with at least 20 existing orphanages and schools to implement these programs. They are like one big happy family, or a movement as Nilima calls it, and I completely resonated with it. It honestly has been my personal calling to help as many disadvantaged children as possible. I came across Abhyudaya Ashram in Madhya Pradesh roughly 3 years ago while I was shooting for a film called Son Chiriya. It was very heartbreaking to see these children. Abhyudaya tried their best to give them whatever they could, but it was very challenging for them and for me to help them alone. I wasn't really doing full justice, and the idea is to find a sustainable solution to the problem, to be able to create opportunities for them that wouldn't exist otherwise, and that's where our callings matched. I feel blessed to join this great movement and to be a part of the HOH family that has embraced me with such love. I currently am working very closely with HOH's partners, Udyan Care, HOHF and HOH's youth chapter. I'm amazed at the integrity, honesty, purity and dedication that each member has. Nilima shared her philosophy of 5 P's with me: passion, perseverance, persistence, purity, purpose and patience. These qualities exist in each person of the HOH family, and their positivity honestly is so infectious. They just make me feel so safe. In today's negative, toxic world, all the work we do has become my biggest motivation and drive. To be able to work with like-minded people from different walks of life, united for a larger cause, for a bigger cause, gives me a lot of purpose. So here I am sending my HOH family a big hug all the way from Mumbai. Thank you for all your amazing work. Thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for being such great collaborators and partners for my cause. I hope everybody's safe. The world is going through a very tough time, and be healthy, be good, be compassionate. Now is the time to show compassion, and thank you.
HOH is created by the community for the community. We're standing here because of your creation. We are 20 years old today, and I want to thank all of our founding board members, our committee members who selflessly dedicated towards the HOH organization, which today is a movement where everybody has donated their talent and potential. Thank you, former board members. Thank you, committee members. Thank you, all your wonderful donors, wonderful supporters you don't even realize what you have done for us. We're a living testimony that 20 years from now, we are still here and thriving. You created, built our foundation strong. Thank you very much. Thank you. People tell us HOH is the purest organization in the Bay Area. And I am really believing it. we attract the best. For example, anybody who comes into HOH fold just joins the family. Like recently, MP Singh Photography. He has spent his valuable time donating his time, and we are recording the entire HOH virtual event in his garage. You know, this kind of dedication, selfless, pure love is rare. But HOH is blessed because we have it. Thank you, MP Singh Photography, for all that you have done for us. We love you and thank you so much. Thank you.
In conclusion, please sit back and enjoy this special blessing from Home of Hope and our founder Nilima Sabharwal in her sweet melodious voice.
तेरा मंगल होए रे, सबका मंगल होए रे। जिस गुरुदेव ने धर्म दिया है, उनका मंगल होए रे। जिस जननी ने जन्म दिया है, उसका मंगल होए रे। पाला पोसा और पढ़ाया, उस पिता का मंगल होए रे। इस जगत के सब दुखियारे, प्राणी का मंगल होए रे। जल में, स्थल में और गगन में, सबका मंगल होए रे। अंतर मन के गांठे टूटे, अंतर निर्मल होए रे। राग द्वेष और मोह मिट जाए, शील समाधि होए रे। शुद्ध धर्म धरती पर जागे, पाप पराजित होए रे। इस धरती के तर दिन में, कन कन में धर्म समाए रे। शुद्ध धर्म जन जन में जागे, घर घर शांति समाए रे। तेरा मंगल मेरा मंगल, सबका मंगल होए रे। तेरा मंगल मेरा मंगल, सबका मंगल होए रे।
So, ladies and gentlemen, this virtual event has been an experiment, has been a ray of sunshine in these really trying times. But here we are, partners in crime, making a change and uplifting the world. So please support us, love us, donate with your hearts, and make this event successful. We really, really need your money. Thank you.
And can you believe it, Neelam? We did it.
We did it.
I mean, this is like, I thought it's humanly impossible. Humanly impossible. You know what? And I thought that, I've never, I'm used to standing on a stage with 500 people. But you know what? The energy of HOH, it's like addictive. It's like gives you a high. As soon as you start talking about HOH, I just loved it. And thank you again, MP Singh, for making this happen. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We love you. See you next year in person.
And we want
For
to,
sure.
and even if we're not yet, A lot of us are not going to be 20 years from now. Maybe not me. I
No,
don't know.
no, we're going to be. We're going to be
HOH is going to be here.
Yes.
No
As
matter
a
what.
legacy
And
for our children.
Yes.
And the future generations.
And your donation is going to continue this legacy. And what a beautiful legacy to leave for future generations. So please continue to support us. Thank you. Hey guys, last event we danced so much. I'm gonna dance, I don't care. This is an MP's garage. Let's do